Hello and welcome to day 5. This is going to be quite a quick one today because I don't even know why I'm laughing. I've got a tart in the oven. Yes, I have. Matty's got into making these tart things. It's like a big tart. Oh man, it's been a long day. A big tart with halloumi and these banana shallots and other stuff. It's really good. Anyway, right, what we talking about? Today I want to talk about possibility, no more tart references, and protecting the mission. I don't know if you've ever seen Sports Relief, but if you don't know who I'm talking about, maybe give it a bit of a YouTube. There's a chap called Greg, and I don't actually know what his background is, but he pops up again and again. I think the BBC love him because he gets results. So you might have seen Davina or Zoe Ball, or who else has done it? David Williams, and they do John, what's his chops? Sorry, I should have researched this. The Scouse comedian. And this guy, Greg, is basically not only their coach, as in getting them prepped and getting them ready, but he actually does the challenge with them. And although he's he's coming from that athletic background, he knows about the training program, he knows how to get them in shape and get their head in the right place. One of the things, and maybe this is part of his job description or not explicitly said, he's protecting the mission. Because at no point, even though these people are saying, I can't do it, Greg, I can't, that hysterical moment. I mean, I've never done a physical challenge like that. The most I've ever done is a half marathon. And that was all right, but I was ready to finish, and I certainly didn't go, do you know what? I could do that again and do another half marathon to make it a marathon. No, I'm a long, long way off that. But the thing about Greg is that he has no doubt at any point that they are not going to complete this challenge. He has complete faith that they will win. And this is absolutely key to planning your next stage of your mission. Now, this comes up a lot with my clients when their nearest and dearest, or perhaps their circle, perhaps their people that they spend the most amount of time with. Sometimes when they start planning or saying things out loud, it doesn't necessarily get the supportive, oh my goodness, you can totally do this amazing response. And that's really disappointing because we feel that those people have our trust and that they would want the best for us. But sometimes saying out loud to those who are nearest and dearest, they go into protection mode, or perhaps it's triggering something in them. Like if suddenly, I've seen it with friends of mine that suddenly if they get really fit and healthy, for example, or if they lose a lot of weight, sometimes the people around them, they start to make sort of like weird backhanded compliments of like, oh, you're too skinny now, or you're too this, or, once people start making money, or, they get busier or you've got no time for us now, the little people, you'll have seen it so many times. And so if you don't get that protection, that circle, and it doesn't have to be loads of people from your inner circle, I want you to think about how are you going to protect your mission? How are you going to protect your plan going forward? Because sometimes it just needs to be one person. Maybe it's an accountability person. Maybe it's a coach. Maybe it's joining a membership. Maybe it's joining a mastermind. Maybe it's reaching out to somebody on the internet who you vaguely know, and maybe there's a small group of you and going, do you know what? Shall we meet once a month and have a cup of tea or a glass of wine and talk about what we're doing? Maybe it's like my friend Jess, who is an amazing yoga teacher. She's actually got her own studio in Highgate in North London called State Yoga, and she does lots of online classes as well. So do check her out. She's incredible. And I still, even though I ended up having a C-section with Oscar, he was £9.10, and he was £9.10, and it was a 3-day labour. I'm 5'2". You can make sense of all the stats. And she was my pregnancy yoga teacher. Well, she's also my friend as well. But she just gave me incredible wisdom. But we, over the last 6 months, I would say, have been running together, and we go around Hampstead Heath, and we've got to the point where we've almost got in sync with each other, where we can still continue a conversation. And she is just so valuable in my life in so many ways, because she was a friend first, but she really helps me to look at my business, and she challenges me to be the best person. And she always does it with kindness, but she will be that person who will say, have you thought about this? And she'll almost flip it on the side so I can see it in a different way. Or sometimes if I'm brushing something off and saying that something's not important to me, and she can clearly see that it is, she'll encourage me to go deeper. She'll ask me more questions. And that is just such a magical moment when somebody sees something in you. Likewise with a small group of friends the other day. And actually, however close we are, and these friends I've known for 20 years plus, there are definitely different dynamics in a group. You know, if you have a group of 8 friends, there's going to be different, the Spice Girls always say this, that they would go to different people in the group for different things. And I think sometimes in group chats or WhatsApp chats or group Zooms, as we've been doing, sometimes it can be quite hard to say what's actually going on, or it can sometimes feel quite exposing. And I was talking in that group of us talking about buying our dream house, and how it still feels quite a stretch for us for various reasons. We live in North London. It's hugely expensive here. We're both self-employed, and it's not necessarily going to be one of those straightforward, easy tick. But there are ways and means, and it's certainly getting closer for us. I can't wait for this day, actually, where I go, I've done it, we're here, we're in. Like, that's going to be so exciting for me. But I shared it in my, like a close group of friends. And one of my friends said, Raby, I know you. And I was like, oh my goodness, here we go. What is she going to say? She went, Raby, I know you. And if anybody can come up with a plan and make it happen, it's you. You have my faith. And as she said that, there was something so, even though there was, 6 or 7 faces on the screen, there was something so connecting and so almost emotional as well. And this friend of mine is pregnant as well. So I think she's very much in that stage where she's like, I'm just going to tell you what I think. And I remember, during my pregnancies, I was very much in that camp as well. But it was so reassuring and lovely and encouraging that she had that faith in me. And, it's not just me, I'm buying this house with Matt, but she saw it, and she managed to break it down in such a way of, you just need a plan of action. And we do have a plan of action. And it was such a lovely moment. So I want you to think about what this next step for you looks like in terms of your plan, and how you can protect this beautiful plan, these ideas, these thoughts, and so it's taken care of. And I really want you to say and put some clear boundaries in place and really understand what you need to do this. And I learned very early on that actually I needed not to share so early. So sometimes I would say to my friends like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. And then the next time I'd seen them, they'd also go, so have you done the thing then? And I'd be like, oh, no, that's like, this is what I'm working on this year. And suddenly you have to explain yourself to other people. Or sometimes I would share too early, especially with my coaching in the beginning. And people were just almost a bit suspicious of it. Or they would just be like, yeah, but what is this? Like, really? I don't know how this is going to happen. Or, can you really make money from that? All of the stuff. I'm sure you've had it yourself. But protect that flame. Take care of it. Likewise, if you've had a baby, you don't necessarily want to, well, I certainly didn't. I can't speak for everybody. But I remember when I had Oscar, like he literally just wanted to be on my chest. And of course, when grandparents came round and close friends and things like that, everybody wanted to have a hold and a cuddle and all the rest of it. But there was definitely that point where he just wanted to come back to me and just have that quiet time. And that's what your ideas and your plans will be as well. Yes, get a mentor or share it with a friend or something like that, but make sure that you've got that supportive cocoon to take care of it as well, because it really, really does matter. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for listening. As always, if you want to sign up for the whole series, the course is there. I'm sending you so much love. I'm going to have my tart now, and I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.